Leadership is probably one of my weakest skill sets in this company. And guess what? To get to the next level, you have to be a leader. So what do you think I work on a lot? Leadership. And so I tell people I'm consistent. I will be outworking everybody, but it's not about me. Like I said in the beginning, you have to pull out of others what they don't have in them, what they don't know about themselves yet. And so I always like to tell people, if you want to be consistent, one thing I try to aim for, if you're a full-time employee, full-time mommy, full-time all that stuff, and you're so busy and you're just building USANA very part-time, I say go for this goal. And for some people it's hard. I work with doctors and this is hard, but they do it. I live by 553. You meet 5 new people a week. You follow up with 5 people that you present to or show the opportunity to, and you present to 3 people a week. Now that presentation, you could physically be there, you could send them a link, but you have to do something like that a week if you're part-time. Now if you're full-time like me and Mike, we got to step up our game a lot more. And that's 553 we try to do daily. Now do I hit it every week? No. Baseball player doesn't hit home runs every day. But I do my best. And I just stay consistent and stay the course, because I know if I do the right thing and it's the right thing, my time will come and your time will come. So that's what I aim for. And if you want to see how someone becomes a champion, look at their daily routine. I remember I asked Jordan Kemper, who's now going to be a new 2-star diamond director this next week, and I just said, dude, what do you do in the morning? Like, tell me. And this guy he was a psycho. And I was like, oh my gosh. At the time I was a director. I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's a freak. And he was like, Jeremy, I wake up, I drink a big cup of water with lemon, I read my Bible, I jump on my trampoline, I don't even look at my phone yet, I get personal development, and then I go to the gym for hours and come back, and then it's game on. And I was doing everything opposite. I was looking at my phone, I was staying up late, waking up late. It was just like horrible. So you've got to really get a schedule that works for you, because I'm telling you, a surf schedule is totally different than being a stay-at-home mom. A stay-at-home mom is definitely different than a student. So wherever you are in your life, talk to Mike, talk to your upline, and really paint how this business could work for you. Because realistically, it just works in everybody's lifestyle. I tell people all the time, it's as easy as just taking a shaker bottle to the gym, to the grocery store, and being intentional with finding people that could probably do this and just talking to them, complimenting them. Guys, girls love compliments. I compliment my girlfriend all day. She loves me. And so if you want to get people in your business and to love you, compliment them. If they have nice shoes, man, tell them that. And realistically, I have a pretty funny story. I got a doctor in my business because she was at Starbucks. She had a really nice purse. And I just said, oh my gosh, that is an amazing purse. I really want to get one of those for my mom. My mom doesn't even like purses, but I complimented her so I could kind of get her information. And it was so funny. I was like, wow, how can you afford one of those? She's like, I'm a doctor. I was like, oh my gosh. And I just kept talking to her and talking to her. And next thing you know, I was like, got her contact, and I said, I actually work with a ton of doctors. I represent a supplement industry. It's FDA registered. I don't want to go too much into it, but let me connect you with someone who can. And that's all I did. And so I'm telling you, just look for your next all-star by doing that. And then I love this quote, man. It says, inch by inch is a sense. Yard by yard, it gets hard. And that all comes down to consistency. I have teammates in my team I haven't heard from in months. They get laid off and they call me. It's time to do this USANA business. Let's go. And I'm like, dude, you can't do that. It's all about daily steps, baby. Get your daily routine down and you will just be flying through this business. I know it. And on top of that, you have to be excited where you're going, but more importantly, who you're becoming. And I'm such a competitive person that silver title doesn't really please me too much. I want to get gold already. But trust me, it's not about titles, not about that kind of stuff. It's about the person you're becoming. And I talked to my parents, I talked to my best friends, and I said, from a year from now, like the last time you saw me last year, how have I developed as a person? And the stuff that people were telling me and writing me was amazing. And the culture that USANA creates, it does that. And with you just being on this call, hopefully you found one little nugget that you liked and that could really resonate with you. And if you haven't, it's okay. But just know that if you just stay the course and you stay consistent and you keep getting to live events, the XRCs, these webinars, the convention, you're going to find someone that clicks with you And that could be the $1,000,000 idea for you to have financial freedom for the rest of your life. And that's pretty much my time, man. I'm so excited. Mike, back to you, man.
Thanks for that. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I could hear you.
Okay, awesome. Thanks for that. That was amazing. I have a half page of notes here that I'm gonna implement right away. And really thanks for sharing your story and your time with us. I have a couple of things that I just want to ask you. You mentioned, I mean, even getting in contact with Jordan when you were a director and how you were doing things wrong. And I mean, I love your better, your best, your T-shirts, your slogan, everything that it's so important. It's such a powerful line too. So we all know that mindset is so important in this business, and your level of personal development will match your business, will match your income, right? So where's your mindset, and what kind of things do you do to better your best every day, and how do you do that, from the morning to night, to even with personal development? How do you go about that every day?
Yeah. So for me right now, I kind of keep my a really good goal and journey sheet. Sorry, I got this book. I was doing 3 things at once. It's called Living Your Best Year Ever by Darren Hardy. It's basically a journal, and in the beginning of the year, I got a group of friends to do this journal with me, and I am just so consistent in it. It basically tells you how to plan your week with your banner goals of the year, your top 3 goals of the week, your top 3 goals of the month, your 3 most important events of the week, so you kind of promote and do those, what you're studying for personal development, the skills you're developing to practice this week. So basically this book is kind of what I do every single day, but I'm kind of on that Jordan program right now, and it's hard. I've been on it since January, and it's hard not to look at your phone in the morning right away. I mean, it's hard to read instead of just do what you want to do. And so it's a discipline, and it's no reason that guy's where he's at, where these top leaders are, because they do what average people don't do. And so it's a muscle. I call it the hustle muscle that has to get grown. Mine are pretty small, but they're going to get bigger because I constantly do it. But I mean, that's basically where my mindset is every day. I write my top 10 life goals every single day in a journal in the AM and PM. And the reason why I do that is because I want to keep looking ahead. Like my goals that I write down, if someone read them, they'd be like, this kid is psycho. He'll never do it. But that's just where my mindset is. And I learned that from this guy, Grant Cardone. And I actually did an entire YouTube video on it. It's like 2 minutes, so it doesn't take a long time. But basically, he's a motivational speaker, and he talks about what he does. And this guy's net worth is multi-millions, about to be billion. He's nuts. And I literally write my top goals in my journal every single morning to get my mindset right on why I'm doing what I'm doing. So that's kind of what I do.
Yvonne and I actually bought that Darren Hardy convention, and I've been listening to it in my car, and I just love what he says too, that the importance of time management, right? Like, if something isn't bringing you closer to your goal, then he doesn't do it. And that's super important too, because there's just so many ways and so many avenues that you can really just get sidetracked. People think multitasking, that they can multitask. Multitasking doesn't exist. You know what I mean? It's really just focusing on the important things, the revenue generating activities, and not the scrolling through the Instagrams and the Facebooks and thinking that you're doing work when you're really not, right? So that's very important as well. And Mina wanted to hear your Starbucks story. So could you tell us that story real quick?
Yeah, for sure. Real quick before I go into that, because you just spoke my language. I mean, I want people to know I've been in this business. This is my 2nd year now. I mean, USANA's not easy. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it and being rich. But it's not. It's difficult. And one thing that I really preach on is Simon Chan's stuff that he says. He says the 5 core daily production activities is what we need to be focusing on. If you're part-time, full-time, doesn't matter what time, you need to be focusing on these 5 things. The first one is marketing. Meeting new people is a must to growing your contact list every single day. Number 2 is prospecting. Sharing your products and opportunity to new prospects. We have to be doing that every single day. and really, really record and look at how many people you're doing that to daily, weekly, monthly, every 2 months, and every 3 months. That's a quarter of the year gone already. I have teammates that haven't even shared anything for like months. I'm like, dude, what do you expect? And so we need to do that. The other one is following up. Following up with old prospects that know about our opportunity and are already thinking about joining. Just give them a little sense of urgency. Number 4 is self-development. 30 minutes of self-development at least a day, just to grow your mind in whatever subject you want. And lastly, communicating with your team. Talking to your upline daily, and also spend a few minutes each day talking to your main leaders. That's probably where I struggled with the most, just because I thought everybody was motivated, pumped up, and everything like me, like you guys on the call, but they're not. And as leaders, we need to step up and do that. And that's something I've been working on this year, is just my leadership skills, because it's not at where it needs to be to take me to the place I want to be. So, sorry for interrupting, but yeah, I wanted to tell you about that.
And it's once again comes down to what Jim Rohn says. It's not majoring in minor things, right?
Yes.
So important. And okay, one big thing that I know that you focus on and that you're really good at is edifying, right?
Mm-hmm.
So could you just quickly go over that, because we have a lot of new people, I mean, on the call, and that will be listening to the call, because I mean, our team is exploding, right? So even in the past couple of months, we've had like 60 new people on our team. So a lot of people think that they need to be experts, or that they need to know everything about the product or everything about the business before they approach someone, right? So I really love how you edify people and how you bring it away from yourself and say, hey, look, this guy's doing it. Talk to him, or he'll be here, or whatever you do, however you edify it, it just brings it away from you, and it's whether it's at a home event or whether it's at some kind of event that you guys do, like a Super Saturday. Could you just quickly speak about edifying, the importance of it, and just a quick run through of how you do it?
Yeah, I mean, you have to master this skill for sure. Suman he humbles me a lot. He's like, Jeremy, you're not as good as you think. You need to get better. But one thing you're good at is edifying. And the only reason I'm good at edifying, because I remember when I first met, like, I think it was Simon Chan. He looked at me, and I was like in board shorts or something. He started laughing. He's like, dude, you expect someone to give you their social? Like, you're a surf bum. I had long hair and everything. So literally I stepped up my game, got more well dressed, but I learned about this thing called edifying. Like, I love hearing people's stories. I love hearing how people come from nothing to something, from all these things. And if you hear about USANA stories, our magazines come out once every 2 months. You just read that puppy, and that thing will just fill you up. And right when you're reading it, you're going to think of somebody in your life that reminds you of somebody that you just read about. And what you do is you get on the phone when you're excited and you tell them, hey, Melissa, oh my gosh, I just heard about this girl who worked corporate just like you, and she was free. She's traveling with her husband all around the world. Oh my gosh, you gotta meet her. She's gonna be on this webinar tonight. I'm busy. Too bad. Get on this tonight. Like, this is gonna change your life. You're gonna give me a big kiss one day in life. And literally just selling it like that, because you need to sell the meeting. You're not selling like anything else except the meeting. That's all I do, is I edify. And I look at people's accolades and I see if they match. Like, I don't know how many single girls I showed Jordan Kemper's video to. I just said, dude, this guy was 22 when he started. He's 28. This guy's going to be millionaire. He's single. He's fit. He's awesome. Get on this webinar. And literally, that's what I did. And in my first year in the business, I think I enrolled 48 people. I got one of the top associate enrollers. And all I did was edify. Because I'm telling you right now, I didn't have any accolades in the beginning. I didn't really know what I was doing. I just said, hey, come to this presentation. This guy's going to teach us how to get healthy and make money. I think that's what a lot of our friends want to do. Now, how many of those people are still with me? Not that many. But it doesn't matter. I mean, I exposed them to an opportunity of freedom and better health. It's up to people to take it to the next level. And all you can do is keep them plugged in, do your best. And it's so emotional when people kind of leave like that. But I want to tell you guys, don't get emotional. You have to stay even keel. In the beginning, I had ups and downs, up and down, up and down. And someone would slap me upside the head and be like, dude, calm down. Be even keel. And so edifying is just basically just selling the meeting and selling who your upline is. And this team especially, oh man, you guys have so many people to talk about. It's ridiculous. And yeah, that's all it is, man. You don't have to be good. You just got to edify